To start off, I would like all of you all to switch on your cameras because we love to like to see a few of your faces, and you all can use the virtual background that's sent to you all. It will be on the chat as well. And please rename yourselves as mentioned in the chat. Also, we'll be sending out a participant form. Please fill the form as well so that we can record your participation. So let's start the session then. So starting off, today we'll be having the professional development session. So our team, we have our two ADRRs, Rotractor Immediate Past President Elon Newton and Rotractor Nina Pereira. And then our directors, Rotractor Samadhi Pereira, Rotractor Bhagya Ranasinghe, Rotractor Manul Karnasiri, and of course myself, Rotractor Ushadi Terenkuman. So to start off, I would like to ask you all, what do you all think professional development is? So all of you all are professional development. I'm assuming there are a lot of professional development directors here. So can I get an answer at least on the chat? What do you all think professional development is? No answers? Okay, I'll move on to the next.
Hi.
Hi.
May I give the answer?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, it's not a perfect answer, but what I'm assuming is to be able to professionally develop the members, as in,
that's
is about service, and we usually do the service to the society through community service. Professional development, 100% or either majority focuses on the internal service, what you can do for your own club.
Yeah, that's almost the correct answer. So professional development is we focus on the individual development of each member. Specifically, we are focusing on our district within the Rotrac movement, but we also would like to focus, we also would like to take this outside of our, the movement outside of our club, focus on the general public, the general community and the country, the youth of the country as a whole. So that is how we can take the movement out there as well. So what we as the professional development team this year, we focus on developing our members and also the youth of the country as a whole. So the vision for this year is what we plan to rebrand Rotrac as a professional network for the youth. So this, even currently, Rotrac is considered as a professional network for the youth, but we aim to rebrand this as a professional network where you can showcase the true potential of Rotrac. So where you can get to know Rotrac is a platform where you get to get a lot of opportunities. So if this opportunities, you all can grab these opportunities through mostly a lot of opportunities you all can grab through professional development. So what we focus this year is to mainly give the opportunity for everyone to take these opportunities and see the potential that you all can get through Rotrac. So our mission this year is to, so in Rotrac, we focus mainly on 3 aspects: the personal development, and then training and skill development, and career development. We'll be talking more about them in detail as well. So our mission is to mainly focus on these 3 areas and bring out sustainable solutions. So in these projects, in the professional development projects as well, we'll be focusing on the sustainable aspect. So it's not just professional development, we'll be focusing on making the professional development projects sustainable so that they'll continue to improve from year to year and give out a better impact every year than the last year. So that is what we are focusing on as a professional development director and directors and as a professional development team this year. So you all can always reach out to us and get our feedback on your ideas and initiatives to make sure that you all can also help in fulfilling our vision and mission. So moving on, Bhagya will talk about the branches that we are focusing on.
Hi everyone. So hope I'm audible. So there are, as Oshadi also mentioned, there are mainly like 3 branches in our avenue. So branches mean, we know that these days you guys may be involved with like preparing your year plans. So you may be designing your professional development projects. So when you are designing or creating your projects, you can use these 3 branches to get an idea. So this is kind of a basic foundation. So actually, this is a categorization. So all the projects which has been done under the professional development avenue in the past years, and also the projects which will be done in the future, can be categorized under these 3 branches. So if we take the training and skill development branch, in that you can organize different projects where you can include mentoring sessions, active learning sessions, and also especially you can focus on soft skills. So basically, we know when we heard the name soft skill, we know it includes leadership skills, maybe team management skills, team development skills, strategic planning, project management, software skills likewise. So these are like very basic skills, and we have seen many projects conducted by different Rotaract clubs who focus on those skills. And in this assembly also, we saw some projects which got the awards for these addressing those skills. So what I want to emphasize here is, so these skills are like very common. So I think you guys are like, because you guys are professional development directors, so you guys need to be very updated about this corporate world and what happened in the outer world, especially with skill development and everything. I think if you can refer the websites and sources like World Economic Forum, then McKinsey, Forbes, likewise, you can get an idea about the developing and the most demanded soft skills. So you can basically develop and design new projects under your avenues where you can try to improve or upgrade the skill sets of Sri Lankan people. Because when it comes to our country, because of the education system, I know most of you are from like all of we have gone to school, and majority of you are from maybe a university, maybe a private or maybe a government. So we know in our education system that there are certain barriers and limitations where our universities don't focus on creating an employable graduate. So the thing is, people get education, and at the end of the day, it becomes a paper qualification, and people are like they are without skills. So try to do something to skill development to address this, because there are certain issues with skill, like skill mismatch. You can like find about those things later. So try to do something new, because already there are different projects, different signature projects, especially done by university-based clubs also, which focus on those skills. So try to, in the next slides, I'll show you some skills as well. So try to develop new projects which can address the new things which are updating in the world likewise. And then let's move to the second branch, it's personal development. So when it comes to personal development, we focus on individuals, like how we can self-brand a person, how we can like use the self-branding, personal branding. So in that sense, you can address things like work-life balance and physical and mental well-being, social dancing, personal grooming, other etiquettes likewise. So you can easily conduct workshops for the maybe your club members. But as Oshadi also mentioned, we would like to have projects under this avenue which will focus on the like non-Rotaractors. That means especially the youth in this country, because as a movement, we do services, like there's a separate avenue to do service like community service, but still from professional development avenue also, you can address certain social issues in this country, because there are so many issues with the youth in this country. So try to do something like, I know, like it's kind of like a thing, like I also believe when I was a Rotaractor in my first Rotaract year or second year, that under PD Avenue, we have to do projects to address the Rotaractors in our club. But that's not true. You can do projects to address the, like any person in this country or maybe in the world. So try to do something which has a bigger impact. And then the third branch is career guidance. So when it comes to career guidance, there are different career fairs organized by different Rotary clubs, and they're doing a great job by organizing these career fairs. So I would like to request all the clubs who are doing these to continue them, because they have a really big impact on the youth and all the people who are engaged with the career fairs. Also, you can conduct projects where you can include CV writing, interview tips, etc. So in that sense also, normally CV writing and interview preparation, likewise, those sessions are very common. But in the actual world, when it comes to interview preparation, now recruitment processes are very complex. There are different steps. So try to like network with the organization which has such a like a lengthier complex interview process, and try to get something from the HR managers of these companies and try to do something different, because that's what matters for a person who are going to apply for a job actually. So likewise, you can do certain projects under career guidance as well. Yeah. Ashita, can you move to the next slide? Yeah, I think these two images are visible. So I got these two images from the World Economic Forum. So as I mentioned, this is a very good source for you guys to refer if you're still in the phase of like preparing or creating your projects, PD projects. So in these two slides, you can see like top 10 skills of 2023. So these are the top 10 skills like for this year. So for sure, I think for 2024, these skills will be changed. So you can see like analytical thinking, creative thinking, leadership is still there, empathy likewise, and also there are certain skills which are in the rise. So with this, in this world, like with modern technology, AI and everything, all the things are changing. So don't try to do very common projects which address the very basic skills. Instead of that, please try to go beyond and address some skills of the skills which are really needed in this world. And to the next slide. Yeah. So here also I have included like a fastest growing and declining jobs. So I just included them. You can refer the World Economic Forum and read and get more and good idea about all those things. And also I want to ask a small question, like can I get a quick hand raise for the people who have active LinkedIn accounts? Active. You can use the hand raise option. Okay, 9, 10, 13. Okay, nice. Good. Okay, it's increasing. Okay, thank you guys. So I think like not the majority, like maybe 15% of the people in this audience have active LinkedIn accounts. So the thing is, when it comes to personal branding, we know that personal branding can be combined with social media platforms. So in earlier, not earlier means like in 2020, 2021, in those times, there were like people used their Facebook IDs when applying for jobs. They put that Facebook ID in the CV. But today, no company asks you for the Facebook ID, because Facebook, we use it for sharing memes and to share funny stuff and maybe photos and everything. But the most reliable source and most good social media platform which can combine with personal branding is LinkedIn. So you guys can actually, not a project, you guys can like design a one phase in a one project to do a session on like how to use LinkedIn properly, because LinkedIn is a really good source to find new jobs and to update about the new world, update about new facts, likewise. Also, so you guys are professional development directors and maybe president, secretaries, and other executive committee members also, maybe they are in this meeting. So go and update your positions on LinkedIn, and also go and update all the projects you do. You can upload images, and also you can update the blog links, and also you guys have the awarding ceremonies of your clubs, and also we had our assembly. So in assembly or awarding ceremonies, if you guys got any awards, And if you guys have any achievements, like you have like in your clubs, you may have Rotaract of the month and all the things. So you guys can update all those things in LinkedIn. So as directors, start from your own, from creating and updating your own LinkedIn account. And then please influence all the directors and all the board of officials and executive committee members, everyone, to have active LinkedIn accounts, because as Rotaractors, you guys do so many extracurricular activities, like apart from your academics and everything. So like it's not a fault or incorrect thing to show that you are doing certain things. So try to have active LinkedIn account and influence the club members as well. So that are like the things I wanted to tell you. Yeah, I think next Aushadhi will do the session. Yeah.
Hi, so I will be doing it. Next slide, Ocean. Okay, guys, so all of you might know already about this, about the citation requirements that we have for this year. So minimum of 4 professional development projects should be done this year. And also one of the projects should be focused on the language development, personal branding, etiquette training as well. So when it comes to why we have decided on this is most of us might join the professional development avenue. When they hear the name, what comes to their mind is that they will be professionally developed afterwards. So mainly because of that. And also there are so many people out there who need these skills to, get into job industry or to do some sort of presentation and everything. When it comes to these requirements, one thing is when you're doing a project, do a project that you think that you actually want to learn and you feel the people around you don't even know about it. And it's something that will help you to professionally develop yourself as well. So when you think about those kind of projects, those projects might not be out there as well, right? And I think this is a platform for you to actually do things that you don't actually get a chance to do. So come up with new ideas, unique ideas. There are so many trends that are happening right now. I won't be mentioning examples of projects that have been done for each of these requirements, but there have been so many projects done. But you don't need to follow those projects, but always think from your perspective. You think about a skill that you don't actually have, and you think that will help you to develop your professional skills, professional development, and that will help out the people around you to develop their skills as well. So always come up with new ideas, and we would love to see all of your new ideas and new projects as well. And if you have any sort of concern about anything regarding these citation requirements or anything, please feel free to contact us. We are very friendly and we are always here for all of you. So always feel free to contact us. So next slide, please. All right. So this is one of the most exciting events in the Rotaract district. It's going to be the Rotaract district conference. And as first of all, I want to ask a small question. So as an audience, what do you guys would expect from the Rotaract district conference? At the end of the day, after attending the conference, what's your expectations that you have? What sort of expectations? Like, anyone who wants to answer?
We hope at least few of you have attended past Rotaract district conferences. I mean, if you can give feedbacks as well on the chat, or else if you are new to the Rotaract or only if you have not participated back in Rotaract conferences, still you can hop into the chat and say like what you're expecting. Oh, it's Samadhi, if you can brief what Rotaract district conference is and then ask, okay, this is what it is. And then I think the new directors or the they can hop into the chat and answer your question.
Yeah, for sure. So it is the annual event that brings all the road tractors across Sri Lanka to one place. So it's mainly to professionally develop you, and then also it is a place where we can brand road track as a whole and showcase its impact to society. And there will be sessions as well where you can will be very helpful for you as well. And I will just tell what sort of expectation that I actually had when I first, heard this Rotary District Conference. I thought, because I'm basically came from university-based club, so I didn't actually had a chance to interact with others when I was a member. So I think it is a great platform where you can actually make new friendships, fellowships, and actually, those friendships might last forever as well. So that's one of the one of the expectations that I had. And there could be like, having good food and so many things, and there are fun activities as well. So I think y'all can drop a message in the chat box. And also what I want to say is this time after we will be having one more slot for the host clubs. So if you all are interested in hosting the Rotary District Conference, you can also contact us as well. So saying that, there's this one question: what's the meaning of language development? So actually language development is something we thought about the English proficiency, because most of the kids out there and most of us might have the, are afraid of doing public speaking, which might sometimes stammer. I also get stage frights and everything. So if we can make a platform where we can actually develop those skills, their language skills, as well as their public speaking skills or whatever, like when they go to the society, when they need to do a presentation, if they can, if they get that experience from road track, like if we have done a session and they find it, they have learned those skills from road track, that sort of idea is behind it. Oshadi, Manuel, Bhagat, do you all have anything to add?
Yeah, basically that's it. Like, so what we wanted was to help road tractors and maybe not just road tractors, so the youth of the country to improve their language, maybe the fluency, the grammar, the public speaking ability, like in any aspect. So you all can think of it creatively and come up with a creative idea to do a project based on language development. You just have to focus on developing the language skills. So it's also related to training and skill development. Yeah, and anything else to add, Manu? Bhagya?
I guess both of you have covered it quite well.
Yeah.
Right, moving on, I will if you have any questions, you can drop it in the chat box. We will be answering.
Samadhi's question is still on. We really need your recommendations and your feedbacks on what should be included in the conference this year. So because you are the participants of this conference, this massive initiative. So yeah, we really need your inputs as what should be included in this year's conference. So yeah, Sandhani, go ahead. I think you're gonna raise your hand and raise your voice as well. Go ahead, Sandhani.
Thank you, Manuel. So what we usually see at conferences is different speakers, very prestigious speakers come and speak to road tractors. But the issue is, do we really get what they're saying? Are we really taking the message? There's a problem because it's kind of a known secret that most of us fall asleep by the end of the conference or by the time it's half done. So we need to find a strategy where our road tractors don't fall asleep and they are engaged in a very interactive way. Like, it's very difficult to do because people can't focus on something more than 40 minutes. That's the hard truth we have to admit. But then again, since we are spending so much of money on a conference, I think it will be very worthwhile if we can think of different mechanisms on how we can keep the energy alive, not just do a conference just for the sake of doing it, but actually bring these networking learning opportunities onto the table and also create that impact that we actually want to create. So I think my suggestion would be to think of we need to think of good speakers, one, and make sure that they do a good job, like make sure that they don't make us fall asleep, kind of a strategy. We need to really rethink of that, because otherwise it's going to be the same old story again and again every year, and nothing. I mean, it's very nice when you say it out loud on presentations, but in reality, it's not always the case. So let's really rethink about this. Thank you, Manul.
Yeah, actually, we should give a round of applause to Sandhuni for bringing out like that amazing feedback, because that's exactly what we wanted to hear. Because I have been to the conferences as well. Even I can't listen to something for more than 45 minutes. So that's why actually we wanted to hear that feedback from all of you. And this time, actually, we plan to make it more outtract oriented, because actually at the end of the district conference, we would love to have set of expectations that all of you should have from the beginning of the conference. And at the end of the conference, we are expecting that you will be able to fulfill them. And regarding the sessions and everything, we will take them into consideration. And also, Manu.
Yeah, I think Sandhuni made a brilliant explanation on what has happened over the past few Rotaract conference. But nevertheless, there were few sessions that really keep our energy alive in past few conferences. But yes, we really need to strategize on how to be more interactive, and when reaching out the resource persons, like we should make sure that their content in the conference will not bore us. So yeah, thank you very much, Sandhuni. And yes, anyone else who would like to?
Another hand raised by
Abdullah. I think it was Abdullah.
Yes, Abdullah, you can go ahead and speak up, or else drop a chat. Others can also take part in this conversation.
Yes, Maheli.
I would actually like to add something to what Sandhuni said, because rather than having just a conference, we call it a conference, but rather than having it just as a conference, maybe we can make it more like a workshop where we have like icebreaker games, rather than just sitting down and listening to what the people are saying. Maybe we can have debates, maybe some exercises as in role-playing activities to simulate like real-life scenarios and challenges and something like that. Maybe Q&A sessions, which is more hands-on, and maybe gamify the certain aspects of the seminar, like offering rewards or points with like active participation. So people are actually interested in doing something. So they are more likely to listen to the things, so they get actual rewards and stuff like that. Maybe less of a conference, more of like a workshop experience where everybody's online and everybody's actively participating.
Yes, thank you so much for that feedback as well. Yeah, we'll definitely make the more sessions more engaging, and y'all can get more involved. So you all won't feel bored, and most of us also, we also feel bored during the sessions though. So yeah, we'll make sure that it won't happen this year. We'll try to do our best to let that not happen. Thank you so much for the feedback. Any other ideas that you all have to tell us? Let us know.
Yeah, I think we will also share a form to get the feedbacks regarding the district conference, so then we can make before we start it, we can consider those suggestions and make this is the best Rotary District Conference experience for all of you. That's what we all want to look forward to. Like at the end of the day, we all want all of us to have an amazing time. So we will make sure to do that. So anyone else who wants to ask any questions regarding this?
Yeah, and also guys, anyway, like there will be few sessions, so you guys can give ideas to be addressed from those sessions as well, like the critical things you want to cover, maybe things related to Rotaract or not Rotaract.
Okay, let's move forward. So moving forward, Manuel will continue the session.
All right. Thank you, Oshadi, Bhagya, and Samadhi. I think you had a pretty good understanding on basically what PD is and what are the key areas that you need to focus and what are the skills that you need to be like upskills in this year or in the coming year, and also like our citation requirements and as well a glimpse of what Rotaract District Conference is. So moving forward, let me tell you, let me elaborate you on few guidelines for avenue directors as like what you should be focused on in your avenue. So yeah, in initiating PD, projects, like first, like you really need to understand your club's strengths, weaknesses, and like what are the opportunities that you have, and what are the threats that you have in your club. So like there are various various types of clubs in our Rotaract movement. Like what do I mean by various types of club is the backgrounds of the membership and also the background of the board of directors are diversified. So you really need to dig into what are the like most of community-based clubs have people membership in who are doing their jobs as well. But in institute-based clubs, most of them are undergraduates. Yeah, basically So you really need to think of what your strengths and you really need to focus on that. So afterwards, you can when developing PD project plans, like in any project plan, you really need to define the goals and the scope of those projects. So when it comes to identify or the ideation of the project objectives or the goals, like you can go back to your membership and ask what they really need to do in your PD projects. Like as we asked in the few couple of minutes, like what do you expect in the conference? You can go to a membership or the beneficiaries of those PD initiatives and ask themselves, like doing few surveys also, what they really expect from your initiatives. Or else you can identify those loopholes in the society that need to be addressed. Like, let me give an example regarding identifying loopholes in the like in the context of your background, like project done by Rotaract Club of University of Moratuwa, Mentor. Like the project, as the name it says self, it's a mentoring program, but only focused for female membership. So what really how the main objective of this project initially pop up when those members of the club understood, like realized in their in the university career fair, like most of the companies were asking only for male candidates to be interviewed. Most of like mechanical engineering and like electrical and civil and construction engineering backgrounds, some companies have like specifically asked only to get them on male candidates. So they saw the membership saw that okay, there's a question, there's a loophole in this like engineering background, that female undergraduates are discriminated, right? So that's the initial pop-up message that came into the ideation, and how the mentor came into a life. So likewise, you really need to be observant about the context of your, like, what are the problems within and around you, so that you can identify those goals and goals and objectives. So in building up the scope and the activities that you need to figure out. So before like elaborate on that, I really need to drop your ideas. Like, what are the training activities that you are hoping to do, or that you have experienced in your OTRAC journey, or in maybe in any other professional development activity? What are those training activities that you can do to implement your project ideas? I hope that everybody is I hope that everybody is on the run for their avenue plans. So or almost everyone is making the avenue plans in this month. So I guess that you have a bit of idea on what are you gonna do in this year, or maybe if you have not yet started your planning the avenue projects, if you have any other experiences, what are the activities that you can carry out to bring those ideated project into the reality. Come on, guys. I want to see more active participation than this. All right. No, I really need the answers. I'm not gonna let go of that you're not answering my question. Okay, right. Good. Right, I have a direct message from Rotary Club of KDU. I want to highlight the unconscious bias and do an awareness workshop. Right, great. Guys, you really do not need to like elaborate on your projects, but I appreciate if you elaborated it more, but just only a few ideas that that you can have on your mind, that would be enough just to see that you are enthusiastically engaged in this training session. Right, since I got at least one reply, I'm going to move ahead. So basically, in identifying training activities, okay, there's another reply. identifying gaps in village schools and have training sessions to improve them. Good. Very good, Shankesh from Rotary Club of Apit. So basically, there are two names I want to highlight: workshops and training sessions. And what else that you can have on like workshops and training sessions? Yeah, like there are workshops for sure, training sessions for sure. And like there's a trend going on that webinars, because we we came out of a pandemic situation, and like virtuality have somehow now embedded into us. That's why that you are facing this training session online as well. So apart from that, like competitions, mentoring workshops, there are a few activities that you can undergo, that you can do in order to make your projects alive. So I really need to highlight that just don't focus on only one workshop or a set of series of workshop and your project is done, right? Please make sure that you have very comprehensive project lineup in your PD projects. Also, make sure that the long-term impact of your project is emphasized, and it has been transferred to your beneficiaries. So take for an example, I can take Jumpstart from Rotary Club of Achievers Lanka Business School. So Jumpstart is basically incubator program, and people who have business startup ideas can be registered and be registered to the Jumpstart program. So in the first phase, there are few training workshops to be training workshops are being conducted to give awareness on what they really need to focus on in these competitions and in like upcoming competitions that they are facing, and sort of like that. So afterward, like there the competition pitch it in Winit program is there. So like there are few competition rounds as well, so that in the final stage, like their idea have the opportunity to pitch in front of Shark Tank, which is some other entities from like business entities which are interested in investing in those business ideas. And also there's a segment to mentor those business ideas as well. So it's sort of like a comprehensive project. If you can like it does not end in the awareness session series, but going beyond that, like it take care of that business idea at the like in the tunnel, at the end of the tunnel. Like it can be initiated that business idea is a real startup in this country. So likewise, like yes, of course that not every club has that potential or the capability of conducting such mass initiative, but you can start small. Like likewise, I said you have to like assess yourself first, so that you can understand what is the scope that you need to focus on. And next up, networking and finding resource persons, and also the financial resources is another important thing as PD directors. So as PD directors, you can't you really need you can't like be in your room and only doing what you are doing, but you need to go out and see what others are doing, and need to network and gain insights from other peers or other maybe Rotarians as well. So another important factor that I need to mention, that when finding resource persons, you can go for your Rotary clubs and contact your Rotarians as well, because they have a very large pool of resource persons in their contact list, or themselves can be accommodated as a resource person, and also like they have that potential to reach out corporate entities as well. So make sure that you are, when you are doing projects, you reach out to your Rotarians as well in order to get the support needed. And also finding corporate entities, like yes, not every project can be like, not every project has the ability to partner up with like financial partners, but yet you can partner up with in-kind partnerships, like venue partnerships or t-shirt partnerships. Like there are only a few examples that I could imagine right now. And as well, like if you fail to take them on board as your partner, don't get discouraged, but let them invite to join in your sessions, maybe as resource persons. I mean, they are the ones who practice daily some professional, like professionally, like they are engaging with corporates, so they have some knowledge on those areas. So moving on, like create action plans, like set deadlines, and also when delegating your tasks, make sure that your membership gets the right exposure to develop themselves. Like as Sandhuni mentioned in the previously mentioned, PD is something that membership can learn and grow. Like in community service or maybe international service, like we are volunteering to other communities. And in club service, like, yeah, we make fellowships, we enjoy, but PD is something that adds value to its members, add value to Rotaract members. So make sure that your membership and your, of course, board of directors, and also like they get the necessary exposure when conducting your PD initiatives. So delegation is very important. Also, like, don't limit your members only to few set of skills. Like, let them grow, let them learn in different skills by actively participating in different HR or let me say different things in your action plan. So don't limit your members only to, okay, do this, let this guy do the PR stuff, and let this guy call companies. Like, okay, right, there are a few competencies that your membership have, but let others learn those competencies as well. Always like talk with each other and learn with each other. So moving on, like evaluate and just always make room for develop your project, and like if you feel, or the beneficiaries feel the project is not going well, or take their feedback, and always ready to be make adjustments for your project initiatives. So that's one key point. Like you really need to be agile on because you can, if you have experience over the past years, like there are certain pandemic or the this economic crisis. Those are like large scale threats, but in our clubs as well, there are we face threats as well in minor scale. So don't get discouraged by them, but always try to be agile and make suitable adjustments. So yeah, at the end of the day, like you need to, like as professional development directors, you need to transform characters in your like main membership, in your club's membership, in Rotaract movement, and also in the country. Like you can like as Oshadi and Bhagya mentioned early, like we need you to like grow beyond the Rotaract movement and serve for other communities as well in the PD aspects as well. So make sure that like yeah, our first priority should be our members, and then with the resources and the scope that you can extend, you can go beyond that as well. So yes, that's basically about few guidelines for you. I think there are some other aspects as well that that need to be touched up. So for that, it's up to you to ask question, and we will be answering them. Thank you. And before that, Bhagya, Oshadi, and Samadhi, do you have anything to add on about the guidelines, like about what I discussed on what are the expectations or the guidelines to be made by the PD directors? You can hop in.
No, Manu. I think let's move to the questions now.
Yeah, we also have our
question.
beautiful ADRs here with us.
Yeah.
Nimna Pereira, Rotractor Nimna Pereira, and Rotractor Ilona Newton. So anything from you guys to add?
Yeah. So actually, first of all, thank you all for joining in for the session, and also thank you for like being active listeners for the session. Since throughout the session, you guys been active in the chat, and also you've been on exposing your like idea, suggestion, and all. Thank you for that. And also, like as Savadip said, when you are doing a project, do not focus into like a limited audience. So just think that your limit is the sky. There are lots of things that you can do when you are doing a project, even though it is a career guidance, even though it is a personal development or skill development, whatever the branch that you are, whatever the category that your project belongs to, even though it's a not only a PD project, but maybe a community service or whatnot. Just think sky is your limit. There are lots of things that you can focus on. So try to do some impact on the projects that you do. As this year we are focusing on the outer Rotractors, as in non-Rotractors that we not usually focusing when you are doing the PD. So likewise, try to think outside the box, and do new things, do innovative things when you are doing the project. And when you are doing the projects, you can actually reach out to us. We are actually one call away, one message away. You can drop a message to us as in Total PD team and get a feedback on what are the things that you can implement from our end. Not to change your basic ideas, but to like adapt things. If there is anything that you can change in the perspective wise and whatnot. So basically, we are like a very open-minded people. You'd say that. So you can actually reach out to us and get your uh, get feedbacks from us, and also, as I said, we are open-minded. We are also needing feedbacks whenever we are doing projects and all. When we have done a project, we need feedbacks, and so that we can improve throughout the year, throughout our attraction and whatnot. So yeah, that's all from my end. Once again, thank you for being active listeners throughout this session.
Elon, do you have anything to add?
I think somebody is raising hand.
Somebody had a question, yeah?
Yeah.
Elon, if you want to, go ahead.
No, not at all. Chandani, go ahead. You had a question?
Yes. So the question is actually not necessarily professional development only. It's for like everything road track. And if y'all can just explain the difference between the output, outcome, and impact. It has been a genuine concern for me when I'm trying to do reports. Like sometimes we feel like certain projects that we do don't have a very long-term impact, or rather the impact cannot be, it's not quantifiable, like either the case. So how do we kind of settle with this situation? How do we find a solution? Like sometimes the project only has a proper output. It doesn't have a very long-term impact, but that output matters a lot. So how do we resolve this? And also if y'all can, I mean, maybe not now, even if it's later through an email, it would be fine. Send a kind of a guideline on how to write these sections on reporting. That will be really helpful. Thank you.
Bhagya, Aushadhi, would you like to?
I think so.
Yeah. So actually,
I think it's better if Nivin explain the thing, right?
Yeah. So actually, top of my mind, like I can add up some things to the things that you said: output, outcomes, and impact. So outputs, I would say like when it comes to outputs, that is basically what are the project is basically focused on, as in primarily focused on. So those are the mainly we are addressing as outputs, but outcomes there can be. And sorry, and when it comes to outputs can be tangible or intangible. When it comes to outcome is basically there are three types of outcomes, which is like short-term outcomes, long-term outcomes, and mid-term outcomes, which is like in the output. If you are focusing a project, output is like the very exact thing that you are focusing in the project by completing it. Maybe let's say you are targeting on a 6-month long project. So output is the thing that you are focusing on, what you exactly getting after completing the 6 months.
All right.
Outcome can be while you are doing the project, after you've done a project, and after like a 3 months, which is like a midterm. And long term is after you've done the project, maybe after a year, maybe after the 2 years. If your project is a very sustainable one, let's say you have done you have done creating up a water filter. So outcome, the long-term outcome would be the people getting rid of the kidney diseases. So outcomes come as short-term, long-term, and the mid-term. And
impact would be people having better health.
Yes, that is impact.
Right.
What would they get? Fine. And what the target audience, the focus, the area that we are focusing on, what would they get?
So that is like it. So if I'm to think of this in a very graphical way, output is like a smaller coin, and then on top of it, you get the outcome, which covers a bigger area, and then with a larger radius, you get impact. Impact is long term, and also the radius goes towards more like it's the big picture, right? Am I understanding it properly, Nimna? Right. Thank you so much. Thanks for the clarification. Thanks a lot, Nimna.
Yeah. Elon, you want to add something to it? Maybe any ADR you have. I think we do have Shin here. Shin, you want to add something to it?
Hi. No, I think you sort of clarified what it was. Once again, thank you very much for everyone who joined at the PD Avenue Directors Training session, and I hope you all got clarified, got things cleared out, or get a clarification on what PD is, and also what you can do, and how far you can exceed. So again, I believe it was mentioned before as well, but feel free to reach out to any of us. We will be there to support you guys. And one specific thing is whenever directors, any of project coordinators or whoever is reaching out to the district, be it professional development, be it for any other avenue, just be mindful that you keep your president and secretary also in copy in your emails and whatnot, so that they are also aware of what is being discussed. And also, if it also gives them an opportunity for them to follow up on it. Let's say from our end, if the information is not coming as fast as you want it to be, then the president and secretary also can follow up. So just adding on to that, I believe that's all that I have left to say, because it's an amazing team that has already covered everything. And just a slight thing adding on to what Nimna said, when you're looking at projects as well, it's good to think about the sustainability. It's good to think about the future proofing and everything, but don't be too caught up in that you lose sight of what the project is supposed to do, right? The project is supposed to be, let's say if it's a PD project, then you know your target audience and what the target audience require. So thinking so much into sustainability, thinking too much into, okay, how long is this going to be? What is the bigger scale and whatnot. So think about the quality of the impact, the quality of the outcome, rather than in terms of the quantity, and rather than worrying about could have, should have, would haves in the future, right? So think about what you can do and focus on putting in the effort that you can put into, and maybe going a little bit more, and think about the outcome that you are looking for. So that's the little bit of thing that I want, tiny pinch of thing that I wanted to add to it. Then I shall hand it over back to the PD team again.
Yeah, so we are open for questions if anyone has any questions. If you all do have questions later on after the session is over, please feel free to drop us an email. I guess you all can get our email addresses and the PD email from your president or secretary. You all can get our phone numbers as well. We are willing to do one-on-one sessions with you all if you all want any feedback on your ideas, on your future project or your plans or whatever it is. Just feel free to reach out to us. We are really friendly, as Samadhi mentioned before. So we are always there to help you all. Yeah, so if you all have any questions, yes, please. I think they don't have any questions.
Yeah, also guys, please make sure to fill the participation form.
Yeah.
I'll share it again.
Kavisha. Okay, she has put the question. Question about the grants and the PDP. Training and skill development. Let's say if we do an initiative which relates to economic development and it relates to both ComServe and PDF because economic and community development is one of the focus areas. In that case, what can we do about reporting? Y'all can choose which avenue you all are willing to report. So it will be economic and community service development. You all can choose whatever the avenue that you all prefer to report it under. So say you all have already done 3 PD projects and you all haven't covered the citation for the fourth PD project, you all can report it under PD and put the focus area for economic and community development. Or else you all can report it under community service avenue if you all have haven't completed the citations under the community service avenue. I think I answered your question. Is it clear? Is there anything else to add?
Yeah, I think I have a few things to add there. You are doing a community, a village, you are choosing a village and doing a project that, you have that question, whether this is to report on community service or the PD. So like if those community is underprivileged and like they have no other resources to get that information that we are providing, or that like the project you are doing, like if that is the only or the very rare opportunity to get that skill or the knowledge that you're sharing, it's sort of like a community service. But if that community has some other resources that they can learn and identify those skills or the knowledge, it's like a upskilling of that villages. So in that case, you can take it as a professional development initiative. So yeah, like you can think like that as well when you're reporting. So yeah, that's my idea on that.
Yeah, it mainly depends on the objectives of the project that you all are doing. So if your objective is to serve the community, then it would go for community service. But if your objective is training and skill development mainly, then I think you'll have to report it. You can report it under PD, so it's actually your choice. Yeah. I think I cleared it right, Kavisha. Any other questions? I think we don't have any other questions, yeah?
Hi, Yoshi, I have a question. So a follow-up question with regards to whatever the answer based on Kavisha's question. So basically now, let's say if we are, reporting this into, for example, let's say under Rotary Showcase or maybe for RI nominations or whatever, those kind of platforms. So in those cases, so where I want to, there might be a possibility, showcasing both the, the avenues. So in that case, is there any way of, under RMIS to, show that, that this, whatever the initiative, in lines with both the avenue scalar, is there some kind of a way to show that?
I think Vinny, you can answer the question. It's in line with both avenues. In the RMIS portal, we don't, right?
No. In the portal, as in when you're reporting an arm, as in even though that project comes under environmental service, that actually you can report under club service. Like that is actually based on the objective that you're focusing on with the project. So I can give up like a couple of examples that which some of the projects which has been like a focus on. Actually, the thing is like a impact on in some other area, but has been reported in another avenue based on the objectives that they have focused on, and which has been like won awards in the Rotary District Assembly in particular avenue which has been reported. That's actually there's no like a particular way that you can report that project is belongs to board, but as you know, like how the way it works when like at the end of the year when you are doing the reporting and nominations and all, in that you can actually nominate based on the way that you have reported the project. So in that way, if it is not like belong to like a any particular that as in the award that you are nominating is does not belong to like a particular avenue, then you can nominate it to the any kind of one. So, but when it comes to reporting, that's actually based on the objectives that you are focusing and the way that you are reporting. So, as I said, you can, if you are doing an environmental service project, but you can report it under club service, and as our directors previously explained, you can do a community service project and do a report the project under PDM. That's based on actually impact can be coming to the community, but the things that you are doing can be PD. Same like that. Impact can be coming to the your club members, but the thing that you are doing can belong to the PD, like us. So that is up to you to decide how you can report, but there's no way that you can report in both ends.
Any other questions? We'll be talking more about the reporting side in the club administration session. So yeah, if y'all have any other questions related to PD?
Excuse me. I mean, as directors, do we get the opportunity to join that particular session as well? Like, are we allowed to?
You can talk to your president and secretary and get the link from them, and you can join as well.
All right, great. Because sometimes, like, at least in our club's perspective, the directors do the reporting and we submit the reports to the secretary, and then what the secretary does is the fine tuning, because to take off the burden of the secretary, because otherwise she or he will have to do so many reports. So what we are right now thinking is to make sure our chairpersons and like project chairs and project secretaries also learn the whole thing related to reporting, so that they are well informed and they know what they're doing. So yeah, that's why all the questions, and thanks a lot. Thanks so much for all the organizers. Actually, this session was so informative and lots of clarity. Thanks a lot for all the clear presentations.
Thank you so much.
So good job, guys.
Yeah, so I think then we can take the photo now. We'd like to see your faces as well. So we'll be sending the virtual background.